Are you feeling overwhelmed in your home search? Listen, choices are awesome. Too many choices can lead to a struggle. Southwest Florida might sound small, but we've got 7 towns down here, and within each town, we've got different areas, and within each those areas, we've got lots and lots of communities and options on where to live. Psychologist Barry Schwartz says, the paradox of choice, why more is less. In fact, he wrote an entire book on this topic and talking about how too many choices can lead to decision analysis, which ultimately can lead to dissatisfaction. Where am I gonna live? It is truly one of the most popular questions that we get when we are starting new home searches with buyers who are moving into Southwest Florida. I'd like to share a little story with you. So we had buyers that we were working with who were coming in from out of town. We had to start the whole process that we go through. The first day of seeing property, they found a community that they absolutely loved, and they found a house that was just checked almost every single box that they had on their home search. But you know what's coming next. They had a little FOMO, like, I can't move forward on this house because what if there's something better out there? What if there's something that I haven't seen yet? So even though it checked almost all of their boxes, we took some time, we had to go through the process. We saw other communities, we saw other homes. It kept coming back to that first one being their favorite. They still weren't ready to write any offers or see if they could make that theirs. 3 times we went out, 3 separate times, saw 3 different areas. Ultimately, they landed that was their favorite. But by the time they made this decision, guess what? Their favorite house was gone. This does happen. And while we have more choices in our market today than we have the last few years, what we know is the best houses that are priced well, they're not just going to be your favorite. They're going to be everyone else's favorite too. And chances are, if you don't move on it, you might miss your opportunity. We have so many new people moving down to Southwest Florida every day, and our area continues to grow. In fact, just a few years ago, we did a video on gated communities in Estero. Where should I live? And there was 42 gated communities at the time. As of today, we've got 48, and that doesn't even take into account our non-gated communities. So there definitely are a lot of choices in front of you when you decide to try to make Southwest Florida your home, your second home, your vacation home, your investment property, whatever it might be. So how do you narrow it down? There are so many choices, and that's where we come in. We are a full-time, full-service real estate team, and our only goal is to help align you with the right community for you and connect you with the perfect home. We've got a process that we follow right from the beginning in our first buyer consultation that helps make this a little easier. For example, questions like, are you looking for golf? Will you be renting your property? Do you have pets? This is a big one because depending on what it is you're looking for, condo versus house, gated versus non-gated, there are sometimes rules that are put in place that have to be abided by. I'd like to share a story of something that just happened a couple weeks ago. So we have a seller in a community, and an agent showed property in this same community all day on Friday, all day on Saturday. Some of the requests last minute because the buyers had fallen in love and this was the community for them. This is the communication that we received. So our sellers are getting the home ready, getting the kids and the pets out. As you do when you sell home, it's very inconvenient, but this is what we've got to do to make the home look great and get ready for the new buyers. So our sellers weren't the only ones who did this. There were many over the 2 days. So at the end of the day, at the end of the showing, I get a phone call from the agent who says to me, hey, their only child is their pet. Their pet is important to them. Can there be a fence in this yard? Of course, I'm able to answer that. Yes, they can have a fence in this yard. And he proceeds to share information about their pet and how excited they are to make an offer and try to make this community their home. Unfortunately, I did have to share with him that the pet breed of their animal is not an allowed pet breed inside this gated community. This is really important information, and it would have been great for him to have asked that question and had that information up front. As a result, these buyers spent 2 full days in this neighborhood. Multiple sellers were out of their house preparing for showings, 2 full days. The buyers fell in love. Lots of sellers were inconvenienced in what ultimately turned into the buyer wasn't even able to make an offer on their favorite house because their pet is a part of their family. It's so important that you work with a team who's got tools put in place to help you narrow down and figure out what are great options for you. That is just one way that we can help narrow the process right off the bat. If we know what kind of pet you have, we immediately can count out certain communities. Our wish list that comes at the front is how we do that for you. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you ready to start living joy in Southwest Florida? Reach out to us. Let's put our wish list to work for you. You can reach us at 239-776-6872 or find us on all social media.